Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Learn with Jason. Today on the show, we have LuckyNoS7evin. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. Just got me food out of the way and then do a little stream with you.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this one because one of the things that I love most about Twitch and the broadcast platform of Twitch is the customizability of it and the fact that we can play, right? And so building something like this and just kind of talking about the platform in general is such a it's a fun like a meta stream, right? Um,
Definitely, and well, it's led to what my current day job is as well, which is something we'll talk about probably during the stream. But yeah,
yeah,
it's absolutely crazy what you can get out of it and what you can do with Twitch.
yeah. So for those of us who aren't familiar with your work, um, do you want to give us a little bit of a background of kind of who you are, what you do, all that good stuff?
Okay, so as you can see down here, it's LuckyNoS7evin. I've been streaming on Twitch for I would say 10 years because that's when my first stream was in September 2010. But actually, officially, it's only about 3 years ago because I took a 7 year hiatus. Now, what I've been doing since then is I've been doing Twitch bots, Twitch overlays, everything like that. And then when extensions came out in September 17, I've been doing those. I
Mm.
got recognized by the Twitch dev department and they went, let's do an associated stream. So I created an extension in 3 hours and sort of did an extension speed run.
Nice.
So that was a lot of fun. And then I spoke at TwitchCon Developer Day in 2018 and then I got invited to do a contract in 2019 which was featured chat, which you may have seen on
Mm.
your stream, or have you not used it yet?
If featured chat is that's the highlighted message, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I haven't used it, but I'm familiar with it. People use it in the chat itself.
yeah. So yeah, we featured chat was something that I built for Twitch for TwitchCon 2019,
Nice.
and then they went right. You can come back and do it for 6 months. So I'm
Cool.
5.5 months into the 6 month contract, which ends next month. So that is me as a day job, and it's like, yeah, this is pretty fun. I sit here in my office, and that's what I do, and I'm just sort of around Discord and around Twitch all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of fun though, and the Discord I think is a very interesting. I don't think we're gonna get too deep in to Discord today, but I've really been impressed with Discord as a platform as a kind of if you think about like how they talk about third places, like you've got your home, you've got your office, and then you've got the coffee shop or the community center or the place that you go to hang out with people. I think that Discord has become a really interesting version of the third place where it's especially now during the pandemic where people are kind of shut in, they can't go outside. We're looking for places to hang out with folks. And I feel like Discord has been such a welcome outlet for that. Where I'm in a Discord called the Party Corgi Discord, and that is it's just active all day. There are people in voice chat just hanging out. A lot of times they just sit quietly and don't even talk to each other. They're just in each other's presence, and it's such an interesting thing to see. Um, but I'm in a bunch of Discords. I'm in the Live Coders Discord, which you and I are both in. It's the Live Coders. If you're not familiar, is it's a collection of Twitch streamers who stream about code. It's a cool group. Lots of people doing lots of cool things in there. And that's a Discord as well. And so I think that and I've seen it come up as like a thing for events. The platform is really really interesting. I think it's got a lot of potential. Um,
And it sort of took over where TeamSpeak left off. I know TeamSpeak
mm,
is actually still used quite heavily, especially if you want the huge servers that
right.
are around. But it sort of took over from that little niche of we need some small little TeamSpeak server to get this team together and
Hmm.
and it just took over from that, and it took over from for Twitch communities as well because well, there was the Twitch app, which did have its chat servers, but they got shut down sometime last year
Mm-hmm.
because no one used them, because everyone was moving to Discord and everyone was having their own Discord community and own Discord servers. So, yeah, so when you sort of get that, I think Discord is one hell of a little bit of software that they've come around and sort of created.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean that's a good little like gush for Discord, but what I want to talk about today, and I think what we're going to be diving into, is Twitch. And so
Yes.
Twitch is a really fascinating, like the history of Twitch is really interesting to me because Twitch started off as Justin TV, right?
Yes.
And that was
And
just
it was still Justin TV until 2014, I think.
okay. And so maybe you can confirm this because the way that I understand it in my head is that the origin of Justin TV is that someone named Justin just pointed a camera at himself and put that on a website. And then somehow that grew into live streaming as we know it today.
Pretty much.
Such a fascinating, like what a delightfully weird internet story.
And funny enough, Twitch or Justin TV was his IRL streaming. It wasn't about game streaming back then.
Yeah, and that's what I think is really interesting is so like Twitch came out as, or like Justin TV was this idea of like, well, what if I was just always always available on the internet? And that kind of morphed into Twitch, the gaming platform. Yes. And then Twitch, the gaming platform, has been expanding. And now, you know, when you look around, you can see there are cooking streams, there are knitting streams, there are people playing board games, there are a whole bunch of coders. And just about anything you can imagine, you can probably find somebody streaming it on Twitch. And it's really amazing.
Exactly. And as Lan just said, we've come full circle. Mm-hmm. On it. It's like it started as IRL, it morphed into a game streaming platform very, very quickly. So my user ID is in the 14 millions.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know that somebody was 2 years before me was in the 12,000s.
Wow.
So in 2 years, it was 14 million users.
That is
almost. I
guess that's that hockey stick shaped growth that everybody talks about.
Yeah, and literally since then, I don't know, but I think the live coders is in the 90 something millions.
Wow, that is. I mean, that's really cool.
900 maybe, but I don't know the official sorts of, and they do increment automatically, but they are not classed as numbers. Funny enough.
Yes, yeah, Ben, I do sometimes make breakfast. I do. I've stopped recently, but for a while I was doing a Sunday morning breakfast where my partner and I would just cook and turn on a camera and like, you know, talk to the chat while we cook breakfast because we do slow brunches and stuff like that. So it was, you know, an hour or two of streaming. But so I and like that in and of itself is kind of an odd thing to say out loud, right? Like it feels very natural and very community driven to have that kind of thing happening, right? To turn on my Twitch stream and to talk to the people who hang out on my stream while I make breakfast does not feel weird. But when I just said that out loud, it felt weird, right? So what do you think drives
to people not in that circle? Yes, it's weird.
Right, exactly. So what do you think, like, what do you think is behind the phenomenon of like why do people come to Twitch? What is why does somebody want to watch somebody play a video game instead of playing the video game themselves? Why do we want to watch people coding or any of these things? You know, what do you think is driving that?
On the video game front, it's living vicariously because a lot of people cannot afford $80 game after $80 game after $80 game after $80 game.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have to, especially like you do have to pick and choose your game. And I know a lot of people that just buy one game a year, and that's the next version in the game that they bought the previous year, because that's what they know, that's what they like, and that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do have any extra cash, then they want to know if I'm going to buy another game that is not the usual that I buy, what am I going to buy? And Twitch is a perfect place to go. I want to see what this person is doing.
Hmm.
But and I think it also has also grown from that. So now it's all about the personality of the streamer. So, for example, one of the guys that got me back into streaming, so back in early 17,
Hmm.
was Co Carnage.
Okay.
Now he's all about good vibes, good gaming. If he, literally, if somebody in his chat just goes, oh, he's just like, you're out of there, but really happily, and, type thing. So it's sort of one of those things that he will answer questions. He will go through his whole response, and he just loves that whole just giving good vibes. Basically, I think the
Yeah.
answer is on that one.
Yeah. Well, and so that's and I find that that's such an interesting thing because like so Twitch is it's a broadcast platform, but it's not a broadcast platform in the traditional sense. It's not television, right? It's not I'm on a screen and you are observing the screen and that's all there is to it. And it's not real time because there is a little bit of delay, but there is that level of interactivity. Like you participate in a Twitch stream. You don't just watch. And you can obviously just turn it on and put it on in the background and that is what it is. But you have the opportunity. You can affect what happens on screen. You can ask questions. The streamers that I like the most are the ones who kind of help. They have the chat help co-author whatever adventure they're having today, by like, hey, what are we going to build? And then the chat will give ideas or something like that. And I think that's so much fun. And that's what really attracts me to this platform. It's why I use this versus something like Facebook Live or whatever. Is that we have the opportunity to make it more interactive, to make it more playful, and to make it less of a I am the creator and you are the consumer, and to turn it into a co-creation. Um,
Yes.
and so and that is kind of what we're talking about today, right? Is like that's what Twitch bots overlays. That's what they enable. So what has your experience been like? What are some of your favorite things that you've seen created in this space?
Okay, so there's a couple of things sort of over the past sort of 3 years where it's sort of improved and changed as well. So back in 17, the reason I got into coding streams, because I started doing a few game streams and stuff like that, was a company called Revlo,
Okay.
which was one of the original bots, was shutting down because they couldn't afford their servers anymore and they couldn't do that. So I was like, fine, I'm going to make my own bot. And what I did was I streamed it rather than going to what was then Ankbot, which then became Streamlabs Chatbot, or some of the others. It was like, solid. I'm going to make my own. It's an experience, and I can display show it on screen.
Hmm.
So I started doing that. So it was little things that when you did something in chat and got a reward from it, it would reply to you, and this whole bot mechanism in chat, and
Hmm.
then you'd put something on screen. So I created a slot machine. So it was just like, and it just randomly did slots, and then came back with the results of that. So it's little things like that that you saw that added interaction and that added. It's not really keeping people in your stream because a lot of them are there just to watch you do. Sorry, a lot a lot of them are there to watch you doing code.
Hmm.
They're not there to play with a slot machine. I mean, yes, they love playing with it because it's there and because you're actually currently coding it on stream.
Hmm.
But it's those extra little interactions that do help a little bit, and they do make people think about coming back. Like you've got the chat thing down here that's
Hmm.
just popping up every now and again, and I know you've got the emote spam
Hmm.
bouncing around, which add to a stream. They add to the interactivity. That people can see their instant gratification of something's going on, excellent, and I can affect it. So the one major thing I've seen recently, and the one thing that I did work on, was if you've seen a channel called Artificial Next,
I haven't.
or okay, so it's in its third season, and what it was, the first two seasons were AI, and it's a script. It's a is that the beard
Yeah,
throwing?
there's It does three things. So you can make my arms flap with flap. You can grow the beard with the grow command, and then you can also make my beard shorter with the shave command, which I don't know that anybody's ever actually fully shaved me, but look, it's terrible. You shouldn't do that. So you should only
Do you lose
grow.
an eyebrow as well? Oh no, you've only got you've got the raised eyebrow.
Yeah, so the eyebrow
lost an
moves.
eyebrow.
This was a brilliant. Cassidy Williams built that. We did a stream together where that's a fully HTML and CSS creation, and so I just hooked it up to the chatbot. So it's really fun.
Yes. So Artificial Next is a live scripted show, and the chat have interactions with sort of being able to vote on what comes next.
Ooh,
Yeah. So they did 2 seasons of that, and they were in the first season they won an Emmy for it.
interesting.
So
Okay.
this season was a little bit interesting. So I worked on gathering up sentiment on chat, and then pushing those sentiments or everything like that off to a composer, which another company were working on. And that composer would take the sentiments and how the rate of incline or decline in those different sentiments and compose the score for the show.
What? That is what? Oh man. So this is the future that this is one of those things that is both the coolest and most dystopian thing that I can imagine, right? Is like that I as a consumer dictate the future of my own entertainment. Like by my level of interactivity with the thing that I am observing, I determine the future of that thing.
Yes.
And it's such a cool thing to think. I mean, I guess it can be very cool, or it could be very like silo-y, depending on how you apply this technology. But I love that idea of like people are watching this and the chat feels happy and the music becomes happier as they. That's amazing.
Yeah. And there was 4 sentiments, and one was sad, happy, mysterious, and do you know what? I cannot actually remember the 4th, but that was the way it went. And in the first show, as they were introducing and sort of telling chat how it works and and literally live on stream, they were like, okay, for the next show, we'll add the sentiments for pizzas. So, for example, frozen pizza became a sad sentiment. Where,
Accurate.
Pineapple on pizza was mysterious. And so they actually put those into the analysis for the week after, and I think they're still in there. But yeah, every single week they were sort of changing the words and making sure that the system learned from what it was actually receiving and going in the right direction. But it was a lot of fun.
That is so much fun.
It's like frozen pizza, very, very sad.
All right, so I don't think that we have the time to build a full AI sentiment analysis bot, but we do have the ability to build a bot on stream today. And so, okay. If you don't mind, I'd love to just jump in and let's start writing some code here. So I'm going to switch over to our pair programming view.
No problem.
Make sure you go follow Slevin on Twitter. Find him on Twitch, and so what should we do first? Like what should my first step here be?
Okay. Do you know how to set up a view app? So just view create anything. So whatever you would like to do.
I might have the view.
Do you have view?
I don't, but I can npx view. Is it just create?
Create space with and then a name of the folder or the app.
Okay, so let's just call it like TwitchBot, right? Or Twitch overlay.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Command not found view. Do I need it to be view CLI?
Yeah, try that. Oh, there you go. and then a couple of other installs after this are. Did that
View
what?
CLI 3 only command, and I'm using. Oh, okay. All right. So I need to npx
You do
view
need to install this.
CLI. We're gonna get there.
It's one of those things.
I
We're
primarily
coding.
work in React, so all of my tooling is built around that.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I've done a couple Vue streams. It's been really fun, and so I'm always excited to try new things out. You hackers, you dirty hackers. Yep, that's about the
And I
level we're
lost
working
chat.
at.
Yep. By the way, good evening, everyone, or afternoon, or whatever time it is for you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, chat. Thanks
I
for.
think I need adult supervision here.
I have adult supervision. Should I keep the default?
What, me?
You're my adult supervision. You're all I got.
Yeah, that ain't working either. Right. Okay. So have we got that? Just go. Yeah, defaults. That'll do for now.
Okay. There's a timeout on the command so that they don't run every 10 seconds.
Thank God for timeouts.
I have one that I keep meaning to migrate. So the bot that's running now is one that I call Streamblitz, which is like kind of a fun thing. But I have an old one that I call Blitz Jackson the robot it's been on the fritz lately, but it has my favorite thing, which is the Corgi Stampede. But I'm not sure if it's going to work. It was muted last time, and I don't know why. Okay.
Did that use yarn rather than npm? Oh well, that's going to be interesting.
It should be, and if I need to, I can delete the yarn lock and switch to npm. Thank you for the sub, Brian, so much. It's good to see you here. Also, thank you for stopping by.
npm might be a good idea on this one.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna delete the yarn lock. Then I'm going to npm install.
That looks good. Right. So what we want to do is we want to install Twitch-chat-client.
Okay. Yeah, spam those boobs, Brian. We've only successfully buried the entire screen in boops once, so there's an opportunity here. Thank you so much for the sub, D Thompson. It's good to see you here as well. Thanks for stopping by.
So yeah, I've worked on a couple of my own overlays in the past. So I've got a split flat board. Do you know the old train station flat boards?
That was your project? Yes, I saw that. That was such a cool project. I saw that getting passed around. I didn't realize you built that.
Yeah, that's actually. Hang on. If you go to, sorry, I'll grab the URL. Give me a second.
Was it Twitch-stream-client?
Yeah, no, chat client.
Chat client. Okay.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go into let's just grab go open it up, source an app or something. I think source app, yeah, app will do. Scroll down, and what we'll do is you've just got a component in here with hello world. We don't really need that. So what we do is you do import to replace the import hello world.
Okay.
And we'll do imports. Just say chat client or however you.
Oh, look at this raid! Thank you for the raid, C# Fritz. Appreciate you.
Oh, Fritz, hello, welcome.
You hackers, you dirty hackers. I know, Bobby Tables. I need to take that one down. It's too cringy. I can't. I did it to be cringy, and it's like too cringy. So what am I importing? Sorry.
Chat client from Twitch-chat.
Twitch chat client. Okay.
Okay. What we'll do is we'll get rid of the components section of your export default and put in a data section. So this is if you do with Vue, it's a method based, so it's data method.
Got it.
Curly. You put the curlies in, and
like here.
No, outside. Yeah, and you return an object.
Okay.
So let's return. Just put in here chat client equals null and nullify it for now. It'll be
right because it's an object.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I actually. Thank you very much for the subscription, Jay. Good to see you here as well. And don't forget, spam those boobs. Ooh, some bits. What's going on over here? Thank you very much. Okay, so I've got my data. We're returning a null chat client.
Okay.
All right, Fritz. Thank you. Hype train.
We've got a hype train going.
I know. I think this might be maybe the first hype train. We don't do a lot of bits on this stream. That's never been like a thing that the chat does. So this is fun. This is exciting.
Woo, hype train. Anyway, so what we want to do is we want to go into the mounted method on this. So underneath your data section, do mounted, and we'll do it. And again, that's a method.
Okay, sorry, I'm like Robertables over here, just dabbing into the room. Good. Okay, so I'm mounted.
Okay, so this one is going to possibly confuse you a little bit, but also hopefully not. So it's this.chat client equals, and it's chat client .anonymous.
Okay, and anonymous is because we're just like consuming the chat and not doing authenticated chat.
Correct.
Okay. And is that
now open that?
The method?
It is a method.
Okay.
And if you pass in an object and do WebSocket, is true, and it's capital S, unfortunately.
I was looking at it like, how's this gonna go? I feel like we should just switch everything to Screaming Snake Case, because I learned that that's the actual name for this style of variable name, and I think I can't ever not name something that.
Screaming Snake Case. Right. Okay. So we've got the chat client equal to a chat client. So let's connect to it. So we do this chat client connect on the next line, possibly.
This chat client connect.
And then of course this is a promise, so we're messing with promises now.
Okay.
So after that we do .then. You might want to do multi-line because we are going to do some chained then events.
Got it.
This is no parameter, and you do this chat client wait for registration.
Okay.
There you go. You can actually get rid of the curlies on this one, so just return.
Oh, we're just going to return it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, there you go. Makes it look a little bit neater. This one is then no parameter.
No parameter. The chat is just going off. Thank you for the bits, y'all. Lone Star, I know that it is possible to do a hype train overlay, but as this is, I believe, my first hype train, I didn't know that I needed one.
Also, we're doing chat client. If we wanted to do hype train, that's PubSub.
PubSub. Okay, cool. Yeah.
PubSub. But yeah. Actually, it's hype.
Thank you for the sub,
Ooh.
Pizza Pizza.
No, actually, sorry, I misspoke on that one. Hype Train is webhook. Sorry,
Oh yeah. I just saw the
it's just got
API for that
released.
come out. Yeah. So that could
Yeah.
be a fun thing to do. I think maybe in the future, I might do a stream where I just build that, because I'm doing a lot of work on Streamblitz and I haven't been streaming it because I'm a doofus. But that's definitely a thing that I could dig into.
Give me a second. I'm just going to turn on a couple of lights. That's better.
I thought you were going for the anonymous, like when somebody's like a whistleblower in a news video, or they're like all blacked out with the traded voice, like the person who did the thing was.
The other funny thing was, it's like I accidentally on purpose called my LED strip. So when I tell Alexa to turn it off, it's Alexa strip off.
Oh, that's. And she doesn't object. Yeah. I mean,
no, she goes all like it.
That's naming things is hard. Okay, so just making sure that we don't lose track of time here. We've got the chat client is connected. We have waited for registration, and now I am in a new promise, and I believe at this point we have a registration.
We do. So we do this.chatclient.join.
This.chatclient.join, and that is also a method.
That is also a method, and we put in the channel name that we want to join.
Just as a string, or is that an object?
Yep, as a string.
Okay, so let's try this one. And if this one is not doing the things we need to do, we can always go grab one of the like super popular gaming streams so that it's just really noisy and gives us all the junk. But I have faith in the chat. They're like, I'm loving the chat today. Y'all are wonderful. Okay, so we've joined the chat.
We've got one more then.
One more then.
And then on this one, we can actually have a full-on method on this one. So again, parameterless. You definitely need curlies.
Okay.
So what we do is we do this dot chat client dot on priv message. Sorry, it's on priv message.
Like this.
Priv message. Is it MS? No, it's MSG. So, and it's lowercase. So it's priv MSG and it's lower M. There you go.
Okay.
And open up that. And what we do is on this one, we've got a few parameters. We've got channel, user, message, and MSG. Now, there is the difference between message and MSG is one is the full message object, whereas one is just the raw string.
And the message object is like the full on like IRC, all the data.
All the data, all the stuff that you like, all the tags. So that's the MSG is the actual tags and everything else like that.
Got it. And so for anyone who's not familiar with this, Twitch chat is built on IRC, which is like one of the original like chat protocols, right? And so it sends a ton of metadata, like the timestamps, some generated stuff. There's labels and flags and roles and just all sorts of things that come along with a particular user's message, which allows us to do really cool things. Like if you look, for example, at the chat on the overlay, the bottom right of the screen, right here, the colors that come in are actually tied to your role. So like subscribers are shown in pink, and if I chat, then I will show up as yellow because I am the broadcaster. And so there's, that's kind of a fun thing that you can do with just that information. Did my chat just die like as I was?
Yeah.
What? How are you like this? Come on. That is really unfortunate that it just is.
Actually,
it's
who
like,
broke it? Who broke it? It was definitely the choo-choo.
I'm like, I'm so hurt by my chat just giving out on me. Okay, so let's refresh that, and we'll let's just give
Right.
this a little refresh. I'm gonna refresh that page. Done. Okay, let's try it again. Hello. Yeah, I think maybe the system message got me in trouble, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, so anyways, we're back. It's all functioning now.
So let's go for a simple thing here, and let's just add every time you get a message. Let's just add it to an array. So let's go back up to the data section above and add in messages array or something similar.
Messages, and then this dot messages.
This dot messages dot push. Let's push MSG.
Okay.
Because then we've got the data. So scroll up a bit, and we are still in app here, so this is fine. So just keep going up, and you'll have the actual HTML template up here with the hello world.
Okay.
Get rid of keep app, but get rid of the other two.
Okay.
So get rid of image, and then we'll do a for each in this. So
wait, how do you do this?
How do we want to display it? It's if you do,
it's like ULV4. Is that right?
Yes, and I can't remember.
Or no, it would be
if you do the UL, and then on the LI you do the 4.
LIV4.
Yeah, and it's do MSG in messages
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Close off that one, and do the end tags for this. And
it's like, just to check it, we could probably just stringify. Or is this going to work? I don't know how.
Just do message, and it's double curlies.
Double curlies is what it is. Got it. Okay, Let me do double curlies, and we'll get that message, and we'll format it.
Don't bother about the stringify. Just put message.
Oh, you just want the message in straight up?
Yeah, it'll do it all for you.
Oh, will it really?
Pretty much.
That's handy.
So if on the pre though, what we do need to do is we need to put in a key for this. So if you do a space and colon key equals, and put in the key, do msg dot id.
Okay. We give it a shot?
No, not quite. Not quite. It's msg dot tags.
Tags. Okay.
Dot.
Oh, there's more. But wait,
there's more. Dot get. And this is a method, so open it up and then do ID in there. So, yeah.
Okay.
That'll do. And that should... Why is that complaining?
Is it complaining? Unexpected closing tag div because I did... Oh, I didn't close my UL. There we go. That should do it. Right? What
are you complaining about? If it's complaining about key, then move the key up one. But
require key. Okay, so the key needs to go up here. Now it seems happy.
Nice and easy.
We have pleased the linter.
Load. Let's do npm run serve.
Okay. Twitch. Oh, I'm missing a dependency.
Are you? I can't remember ever installing that. Damn it. Ooh. Hang on, let me just check on my... I have installed it. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, so the baseline, this whole library is by a guy called D. Fisher. I think it's David. And you can find it on What?
It doesn't like the module JS. Do I need to switch to a different version of Node? Or like,
What node are
does
you
this need to
on?
be? It's a great question. Let's find out. 12. Should I be on 14?
No, 12's fine.
Okay.
Let me just have a look at my imports on this, because that seems a bit off. Let's have a look at my package JSON. That should be happy. 412. Let's see on my Twitch client. Okay.
Let's see. And then I'm using the Vue. All the Vue CLI stuff I'm using is 4.4.
Yeah, doesn't
Vue.
seem wrong. Yes, it's Daniel Fisher. That's the one.
Hey, what's up, Joe? Good to see you.
Going to have to go and writing a C# one using TwitchLib. Yes, early dev. Yeah, TwitchLib is one of the C#. What is the C# one? Which is currently under a rewrite for the moment. I need to finish that because I need to get back onto that.
So is the import here? Is it like a named import, or do I need to import from?
No, that's that. This is pretty much my exact code for one of my overlays. So I'm a bit confused by this.
I wonder.
Because So what was the actual error? Was it complaining about?
It says it can't import. Maybe there's there's a whole bunch of them. So it's like a cascading failure here. Let's go find the top. Failed to compile. Can't import named export from non-ECMAScript module. So it's not pulling in the .mjs stuff. I think I either need experimental modules, or I think I need. Well, it should the question about not having it installed. All the Vue CLI stuff is running here, and so that is what's called here. So that shouldn't be the problem. What I'm wondering though is the .mjs stuff in 12 requires a flag. So let me try 14.
Well, I'm using. I've just spun it up and I've got 12.14.
No, it still doesn't like it.
Maybe stop the. Are we still running the service?
I just started it again using Node 14.
Do a fresh install. So just do an npmi, just to see if we've got everything and see if it complains, because it might complain.
See if anything is out of date. ESLint, but that isn't what's failing, so that doesn't matter.
No. Yeah, try running up again and see what we get. You ran it as a JSX.
Well, I ran it as I installed with npx, but that, I mean, I can install globally. Let's just go ahead and do it. Vue CLI.
I wouldn't have thought that would have had an issue.
I would be super surprised if that was the issue.
Yeah, so would I. To be honest, yeah, so would I. I was going to say, was that your Slack? Because that was definitely
that was my Slack that I thought I had closed and definitely hadn't. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay.
Yeah, because I use full on. I use Vue a lot of my time. I've got the CLI for.
Still doesn't like it. Just doesn't like these.
NJS. I've never actually seen that.
To the Googles we go.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one is closed. Create React app doesn't support MJS.
Okay, that's interesting.
How are people fixing this? Somebody is fixing it by using named exports. That doesn't seem right. Do you have any extra config in your...
No. I tell you what we could do. Right, okay. So something to do is to knock down the Twitch chat giant, if I can speak, the Twitch chat client and the Twitch library down to 3.7, and also include an extra library just to check on something else.
Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to import at 3.7, you said?
Let's have a look. Chat client is 373.
Okay.
37.3, yeah.
Twitch is
371.
And what was the other one I needed?
Also, IRC v3
at 3.
No, it's IRC v3 is the actual package.
Like that?
Yeah, and that's at 0.18.5.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do those.
Give that a shot and see what happens.
So basically what we're doing is we're downgrading.
Yeah, Chris, I was originally running Node 12, but I just switched over to Node 14. But it's something about .mjs not working. My suspicion is that it's the either Babel or Webpack config using CommonJS to attempt to get named exports that are coming in as default. So I think something is goofy. Oh wait, did I just do this? I did just do this.
I think you just did that.
Why am I hitting?
Do it in the other terminal window.
Who knows? I don't know why I'm just pushing buttons over here. Okay, so let's take a look. Here's IRC, Twitch 371, Twitch client 373. Let's try it.
CoreJS view. Let's run serve, see what we get. And if this
Okay, there it works. So I think something happened in 4 that is making it incompatible with whatever the default view setup is. So there's probably just some little Babel config that needs to be to it. It looked like there was a named export configuration.
So that was me. So that was the message. Okay, so it's not quite the full message, so we need to actually figure out what's going on that one.
It's not the full message.
No. Well, it is not rendering it as I thought it would do.
I think it looks like the 2 string, right?
It does actually, yeah.
And this is public chat. Like this looks like it's pulling in.
It is. If you have a look in chat now.
Yeah. Okay, I think I misunderstood. I thought that the private message was going to be like whispers, but that's my head not. That's just my mental model.
IRC. I think that's an IRC-ism.
Got it.
Priv message is based on room, and we're in your room.
I got it. Okay. So then if we want to take this, what am I doing over here? Okay. If I want to take this, let's close this down a little bit. We know that's running. So I'm going to close these and
let's scroll up and just sort of render out a few more things. So
let's do that.
Let's go to the chat documentation. I'll just try and show you what we've got in there.
The Twitch chat client. or like which?
So if you, where is it? Jeez. Yep. On the, I'm going to drop this in Zoom.
Okay.
So that's the URL we want, but this is for everyone else. So I think that. Am I right?
Actually, you know what? If you don't mind dropping that in the public chat, since it's just a documentation link, I think that'll be, because I'm between two computers right now, so I'd have to like manually type that up.
Oh, okay. So I'll drop that in, and we should be able to grab that documentation.
Okay, let's do that. And I just realized I forgot to do a shout out today. I got so excited about the Twitch bots. The show today is being live captioned, and so if you want to read along, you can go to lwj.dev/live. And it looks like I still can't figure out how that Twitch embed works. But look at these live captions. They are coming from White Coat Captioning, and that is provided by Netlify, Fauna, Sanity, and Auth0, who have generously sponsored the show to make it more accessible to everyone. So thank you so much for all of that. And thank you, chat, for making this show popular enough to be worth sponsoring. I really do appreciate that.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Like, we've got Amanda on the call today, and she is just listening in and writing it all down as we go, which is like, what an awesome thing to have, and what an awesome service that they provide at White Coat Captioning. Okay, so now I have the docs up for the Twitch chat client. I'm gonna look at the chat client and look for on-priv message, which is
so
here.
you've got a lot of options in there, as you saw. There's things like on raid, on or basically any event that can come through IRC. Danny's captured, and it's a very, very nice little system. And as you can see there's the raw message that is received if you click on that Twitch priv message. Or the object is
here.
Twitch private message. Yeah, sorry. And then you've got all the different parameters.
Got it.
That come through. And then the most important one, or the important one, is probably the tags. If you have a look at those, we'll get those in a second, because that's where things are stored, including who it came from, what color to use as well.
Okay.
And Code with Sean, I've been MVP since January. I was lucky enough not to need to renew this year. So this is Microsoft MVP.
I broke it.
Have you broken it?
Well, I just started pushing buttons, so who knows what
I would do. I wouldn't put underscore, just put tags.
Oh.
And see what it does.
I
don't know if it's clear. Has it cleared the array?
Oh, here we go. Okay, so that came out empty.
So, interesting.
Okay, so tags comes out empty. What does this do? Nope, still nothing.
Still nothing. So if you copy the message tags get ID that we had above, and put that in, that should come through with something. I hope it comes through with something, because otherwise we're indexing on something we're not meant to.
Okay, so there's the IDs.
You want a list of what comes through in tags, which is rather interesting because it doesn't. By the way, tags is a map object, so I don't know how you.
Yeah, so we can.
Is it
entries?
Entries? Is it entries?
Then we can stringify that. Nothing. Oh, and it's okay. Hold on. Array from. There you go. But actually, I think let's do entries, because that'll give us tags. So badge info is empty. Badges is premium 1. This is ugly. Sorry. We get a client nonce. We get a color. display name, emotes, flags, ID, mod, room ID, subscriber, TMI sent, turbo, user ID, user type. All right, so those are all things that we need. So then I can go in here and do something like, let's say, I can get the message tags, get display name, and that will be what the person, like who said it.
Yeah. And then what you do is what you do is with the color, you set it to the color unless they don't have one, because yes, they might not have one. I believe that it used to be the turbo days where you had to set your color, but some people still don't set it.
Okay, so let's do message tags get color.
You don't need the double curlies on that.
Oh, really? You can just drop it in?
Yeah.
Nice.
But what you want to do is you want to put a colon on style instead. So what we're going to do is we're going to bind the style.
Like this?
No, put a colon at the start of style. Sorry. So that is basically bind style, and then you put the whole thing. If you put the style into an object and make it a JavaScript style, no, inside the quotations. Sorry.
Aha.
There you go.
Okay.
So it goes down the JavaScript object styling. So you can if you
there it
do.
Is. Yes. Everybody chat.
So if you do,
there's colors coming through.
Border radius, for example. Border. Is it border? Wow, I can't even spell border.
Like border radius.
If you did something like that.
Okay.
Without you don't need the. I don't think you do.
If it's JavaScript style, I think you need to make it a string, right? Because we're basically doing the object style notation for.
Good point. Yeah.
Thank you for the sub, Cassidy. Oh, also, hi. Thanks for stopping by. How did your stream go? Cassidy, right before we started, was on with the whole React core team doing a Q&A.
Oh, nice. Code Show, welcome as well.
All right, this is getting closer. It's looking like a thing. Let me make this a little bit narrower since we don't really need all of that real estate. Oh, no.
What have we done?
Oh, it was Cassidy had her camera just quit. She got the same camera I have, which is a Sony, what is it, AS or A5100, I think. And it just like overheats for her. It doesn't overheat for I've never had it overheat for me, and I think our settings are the same, so I don't understand what's happening. It's very confusing problems.
Yeah. I think that's the next thing for me, because my audio is getting better, but my cameras I'm still on a C920. It's just no.
You know, this is definitely a little bit meta, but like I've noticed that the lighting honestly makes a bigger difference than the camera, because I had the DSLR with no lighting. And it was fine, but I still had that kind of webcam look. And then I invested in lighting, and I actually think a lower quality webcam with the lighting setup that I had now would look better than the DSLR did with no lighting.
That's fair. Okay, I can see that. I can see that being true.
But anyways, so yeah, look at this thing go. We have a I mean, we've got a couple issues. The biggest one being that this is a pre, which is why things aren't wrapping. So I can just turn that part off.
And we've got a style on the list element, so it's what is it? List style none.
I can do that.
No bullet points. Yeah, I think I think does that go on there?
Yeah, so it would go here, and then we'll set a margin of 0 and a padding of 0, and that should clean it up.
Yeah.
It looks like it gave up on me. Did you? Did it lock up? Oh no! It's frozen.
Wow.
Oh god, Chrome. All of Chrome just exploded for me. Wow, that was wild. Okay, we're back, everybody. Okay, that's better.
Surly Dev, I do. But the only problem is the sun shining in from behind me, which will actually change next week when I get my new desk. I'm turning the whole office around.
Aw.
Yeah, so I'll be looking at the window rather than the other way around.
Yeah, I've actually at this point now, whenever I go to stream, I have heavy curtains that I like pull over the windows like a hermit. Keep that sunshine out. I can't have glare. Okay.
So yeah, this is the sort of start of things going. We've got things going. Yes. Basically, there's your chat. There's everything else. So if you go back to the documentation for this library, you've got all the different events that can come out of it, like subscriptions, bits, messages as well, I think.
Yeah. So let's get up to chat client, and so we get emote only. We get all sorts of stuff.
Hosted, on raid, rituals in there, which are interesting. Sub gifts, sub.
Hold on, what's a ritual?
I can't remember exactly, but I think that is when you get the, oh, you're new in chat, say hi, and you get the option to just click a message and it says hi for you.
Oh, okay.
That's a ritual. That's part of the ritual stuff in a channel.
Interesting.
I think.
Oh, with a new chat. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. Currently, the only known ritual is new chatter. I get it.
Well, there you go then. So
that's funny. That's so funny because that's worded like D&D or something. Like, the only known ritual is new chatter. Many may yet to be discovered.
Yes, it's so yeah, and there's things like the pay it forward. So, have you ever received a gift sub, and then it says you now create a gift sub for somebody else because you've just received one for this channel?
Yeah,
yeah. Well, that's the pay it forward event. So if somebody's paid one forward,
oh, cool. So yeah, so like on community pay forward, on standard pay forward, that's fun.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing.
So, it's not just bigging up this library, but these are all the events that you can actually go for, and this is where we will start talking at the start of the show about interactivity, and this is just the chat.
Mm-hmm.
This hasn't got things like hype trains in it, which is webhooks. This hasn't got the pub sub stuff in, which are custom redemptions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the custom redemptions, if I pull, I think I can do this. I'm going to pull the actual Twitch chat window over. So Twitch chat has this thing you can do where you can click on these channel points. I've never used my own channel points, but then you can do something like modify an emote or whatever. So let's take the corgi, and then I can put some horizontal flip, backwards corgi. Thinking corgi? Yeah, I like that. Let's do it.
Thinking corgi's good.
All right, so now we've got a thinking corgi. Oh, well, it only works if you
put a space in it. Yeah, you know.
There we go. But so those are that's what you're talking about when we talk about the
redemption system. Yeah. Now, I believe only custom ones come through PubSub. Which is interesting. I think highlighted when you receive a highlighted message, I think the tags on that actually change. So if are we displaying tags at the moment?
We are.
We are.
I took the dump out, but I can put it back in.
Okay. Yeah, put the dump back in. Because I'm just going to put a highlighted message up because I think there's more tags that come through.
What did I do? I did array from message tags entries.
Right.
There we go.
So when that comes through, I think it is highlighted.
Highlighted message, and that
There you go.
is, or wait, message ID highlighted message. And do the other ones get a message ID?
They do, and I think they are just unless they don't.
What is it? Do they not get one at all? Looks like they
No, it
just
doesn't look
don't
like
get
it.
one. But this one is
Yeah.
highlighted, so it gets a Okay, and so we could check something like
If tags contains or something like.
yeah, so it would be like background would be message tag get message, or what would get
message
ID equals highlighted message. Then we could do something like for now we'll just do like hot pink.
Yeah, that'll do.
Otherwise we'll make it transparent. And that should auto format. It did. And I broke it. Haha. All right. What did I break though?
What did you break? That doesn't look right.
Let's get this out
No,
here.
it looks right, but
Cannot read property get of undefined because I did the wrong property is why. Okay. So now
if we probably get rid of the dump out.
Yeah, we can. I'm going to comment this out this time instead of.
There you go.
Okay, but I need to add that to the. I need to add that to the li. So I'll take it off of the off of the name, and we'll add it up here instead.
You forgot the quotations to open it.
Ah, that's right. That's right. I'm very used to writing React.
No, it's all right. I'm sort of. I mean, you've broken it again. Oh no, you haven't. It's just refreshed. I was like, no.
There we go.
Yeah. Wow. Is that Surly Death?
Yeah.
No, it's you because you're pink as well, so you can't really see
it. Well, that's my fault.
So yeah, I mean,
some logic to be written here, right? Like to check for, maybe if it's highlighted, we'll always make the. Actually, that's not a bad idea. So let's do this. We'll take the color, so we can use this, and we'll say the color is message tags. If it is, we'll make it white, and if it's not, we'll make it
message tags color. Yeah, there you go.
And now what should happen is that if we highlight, we should get that, and then if I highlight, yeah. So I don't think this is accessible, but the logic is in place, right? Like we would need to make sure that the contrast is proper and all those things, that's a whole other issue, because when people can choose their own colors, the accessibility is going to be a nightmare. So you'd probably want something like that. I
mean, the whole point of what we're doing now, and what I'm sort of telling you, we're sort of teaching, and we're going down this route, is this is all possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about increasing that interaction. So today we were just bringing up this quick example of doing chat on screen. Mm-hmm. It's exactly what you've coded down below previously, but let's just change it and sort of show people how you can do that, and just discuss how we can actually increase that sort of interactivity.
Yeah.
So what you can do is because this is an overlay, you can just put this as a browser source straight into OBS and display it on screen.
And you
then
know what?
Also, you can.
Why don't we just go ahead and do that?
Okay.
So this will actually be kind of fun. So let's initialize this repo, and then we'll call it, put it on the main branch, and we're gonna git create learn with JSON. We'll call this stream chat client overlay, and then let's git add everything. Make sure we didn't just include a bunch of extra stuff. We didn't. All right, so we're going to git commit work in progress excuse me, chat overlay, git push, and then we'll just stand it up on Netlify real quick and hope that it just does what we want, which I think it will. Create and configure a new site. We'll put it on mine. We'll call this Twitch overlay. Guess we'll call it Twitch overlay LWJ.
If you want to be fancy later on, is add it as a query string of which channel you connect to.
Oh, that is a good idea. All right, so we're gonna get into. We want to run the build, so we'll npm run build, and we're going to build to. Do you know where does it build to? Dist?
It builds to dist.
Okay. All right, so that has run, and then here in a couple of seconds, we'll have this site built. And while we're doing that, I don't know, I don't think I can show. So I'm not able to show my Twitch setup because I've never actually done that before. But what I can do is add a new browser source, which is what I'm doing over on the left-hand side, and I'm going to make the source will be https Twitch overlay lwj.netlify.app, and we'll just put that right in the middle. So let's done. All right, and so now I have put our chat right in the middle of the screen, and if we
may have built, yep, there it is, in a very colorful, non-colorful way.
Is it working? Can you see it?
Yeah, yep, I can. The text is the same
right
color.
It's in a weird spot. So let's move it over here where we can actually see it, and then I'll open a like a light screened thing.
But please put something behind it.
Yeah, here we go. Let's put something behind it. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so this is obviously. Oh no!
Whoa!
That was the wrong thing to move. Stop! No. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so let's maybe lock that one. That shouldn't have moved. All right, so here we go. So yeah, there we go. We've built
all right. So that's exciting.
An actual Twitch overlay, right? And it's functioning, which is super cool. Like there are a million things that we would want to change to this. We would want to add support for emotes. We would want to add support for like mine, for example, doesn't support the /me commands.
Yeah.
It doesn't show subscriptions, following, stuff like that. I filtered bots intentionally because otherwise the Blitz bot gets a little out of hand. But yeah, there are a bunch of things that we would want to fix on this. But I think the principle here is cool because if you look at it, we spent the first, I think, 25 minutes just kind of talking about the platform. We weren't really writing code at all. So in the last hour, we have been able to build a fully functioning overlay, get it deployed, and get it up on the stream so that it's actually working.
Yes.
And like I'm gonna air quote working a little bit because but it is doing the thing that we want it to do. The rest of it is just on us to clean it up.
Yeah, it's on us to sort of do the CSS, do whatever we want with it.
Mm-hmm.
This is very much MVP. It does what it was meant to do. And and it did it very quickly, and we can fail fast and move on to the next steps. But this is what I've been doing for 3 years. And it's crazy to think that a lot of streamers, especially outside the dev sphere, and outside the major streamers that have their own coding people. So, like, I know the developer who works for CoCarnage and Sacriel and a few other sort of big streamers, and he's absolutely fantastic. But people don't know that we exist. They don't. They go, oh, custom chatbot. All right then. Who do I go to? Oh, I'll just use the Streamlabs one.
Yeah, well, and I think, and like, I know that for me at least, the initial on ramp into building custom chatbots was, it felt scary because you get introduced to a few things that are maybe not familiar as a dev. Like, I come from the front end world, so when it was like, oh yeah, it's based on IRC, I was like, I've never worked with IRC, that's going to be hard. And and then you get into the WebSocket stuff, and there's all this real time stuff happening, and it's like, there's a lot going on there. But what is nice is that libraries like this one exist. Instafluff has built Comfy.js, which is another nice abstraction over how you can get at different events from your Twitch streams. TMI.js is pretty low level, but it is very powerful. There are a bunch of really cool abstractions, and that's just the JavaScript stuff. Like there are libraries all over the place for multiple, probably not all, but multiple platforms where you can build. You mentioned a C# one earlier, I think.
It's TwitchLib, which is what Codin's using as well.
Nice.
It's the C# one is like yourself. It's what people are used to. So when I jumped into it, I went, right, is there a Twitch library? Yes, there is. It's here. It's TwitchLib, and this was 3 years ago. And then I'm one of the major contributors of it now. And we're rewriting it in version 4 because we want to redo the whole thing, and .NET Core and everything else has moved along so much in 4 years, and we haven't. It's one of those things that there are libraries out there to get you started very, very quickly now. And getting started very quickly, as you can see, we've done it in under an hour.
Yeah.
And it works.
And this is also like a really fun thing because for example, the commands in here, right? Like if I run a command like this one, it makes noise. It triggers a video. It does some text overlay. All of that is being done using these libraries. And so, like I run and I think that Twitch just kind of knows, or does it even tell? It doesn't even care. Like if you do like bang command, it just sees that as text, right? And then you just interpret like, oh, anything that starts with an exclamation point is a command. So I should see if I have a command named that thing. So It's really freeform. It's really fun.
Yeah. And then you can go the next step, which is extensions as well. So this is just us talking about overlays that we put on our own broadcast that everyone can interact with chat. The next level,
I'm going to disable this so that I can actually show something on screen while we're doing it. But do you have a good example of like a Twitch extension that you'd want to show?
Okay, bring up my channel a second. So go to LuckyNoS7evin.
Oh, if I can focus, here we go. Twitch.
And if we go into the About section, because I'm currently not streaming, and scroll down, keep going. There's that one, which is called We Play, which is actually a Twitch Plays extension.
Okay.
So this has an application that you run locally. Give it the right keybinds. Those keybinds are actually for Slay the Spire. And Twitch can play the Slay the Spire.
Interesting. Okay. And
I just run the game. I can just run the game and point. And that there's also a different user interface on this one where it's actually on the stream as well, rather than just a panel. But for my testing and Twitch's testing purposes, I use the panel. Then scroll down a bit further.
Okay.
You've got top clip on the left-hand side, which literally shows your best top clip of the day, week, or month, who clipped it and all the information about it. And then viewer information on the right-hand side is who the latest follower is. Thank you, OTL Matrix, for following. And if you share your information and you are a follower, it'll tell you how long you've been following me.
Cool.
And it's broken because I accidentally broke it, but it even tells you subscriber access as well. So your latest subscriber, and if you are a subscriber, it tells you how long you've been subscribed to X person.
So this is really interesting because this opens up. I had Ecomath. Derek Moberg was on the show, and we worked on some Twitch extension stuff. And we actually ended up getting stuck, and we couldn't figure out how to do it. But we've had ideas for, like, we could pull in the upcoming streams and display that as a panel. So, like, I have I've got a schedule. Where is it? Over here. And these are available as like endpoints, right? So we've got an API that we can pull from, and being able to show that here would be great. But this idea, like, this actually has me really excited because the idea that we can create an interface here, like so for example, I have the commands, right? So we can do, like, one of these, and it plays a sound effect.
I need adult supervision here.
Okay. Yeah. And I
can build a soundboard.
Yeah.
I want it real bad. And also, like, I just realized I could build one of these that would show the live captioning, because right now I just built an extra website for it because I didn't have a way to. I wanted to get it in as closed captioning to Twitch, but I was going to have to write C# for it, and I don't know C#, and I was like, this is more than I can manage. So I just built a separate website.
It's not just that either. You've seen Talk to Me Gooseman's captioner, haven't you?
I don't think I have.
Okay. Talk to Me Gooseman has a closed captioner that is an extension as well.
But that one's like AI though, right? Like it does like NLP. Natural language processing is the acronym I just used.
It uses the Google API in Chrome. So yes, it does, but his also does translations.
That's cool. That's very cool.
So as a viewer, you can select what it translates into, which is an interesting concept. And yeah, I know that you've got the white coat captioning, and that's fantastic. So you could run what comes out of there again through a translator and have somebody else translate it at the other side. And it would be very interesting to sort of see that. But yeah, it's possible. It is doable as an overlay, so it can be on the stream as well, so they don't even have to scroll down.
Yeah. I mean, and to answer your question, Rusty Bicycle, the reason that I don't put the captioning on screen is because we have limited real estate. I didn't want to just show like one line of captioning at a time. And what I really want is for people to be able to choose whether or not they want to see it. And so the thinking was, if I could get it into the closed captioning channel, that's ideal. But I looked around, and the only solution that I saw for feeding the closed captioning that I'm getting from Whitecoat into Twitch on the fly was to write C#, which is not an area that I really know how to. I'm kind of stuck, right? But it gives us, I think that there's a lot of opportunity here. I think the extensions allow us to go a little bit further, to play with some new ideas. It seems like something that we could go a long ways with, right? So I think there's a lot of fun and a lot of possibility in what can be done with Twitch, and that's why I'm so excited about it as a platform. Why I think it's so, it's got so much potential as a broadcaster, a community platform, because you can be interactive with it.
And of course, again, people have built libraries for it. So there I believe, I don't know if he's finished it or not, there was definitely a view Twitch Helper Vuex library. Vuex is like Redux for state management for Vue. So he's done a Vue. This guy has done a Vue Twitch Helper Vuex library.
Nice.
So you just go, I want I want Twitch extension Vuex, and you've got the full state management for the whole Twitch helper, JavaScript helper that you can run an extension from.
That's cool.
I think he's even started, maybe not finished, the React version.
Nice. I actually I did build that. I've been working on cleaning it up, but I have a thing called Streamblitz that is in a various stages of disrepair. That's what is running the sound effects and everything today. If I can find the repo. But yeah, so this is the code for that. But what it includes is there's actually a library in here for, where is it? One of these.
Wherever you put it.
Have I not shipped this? Because that would be just like me to not have the hooks ready. Client.
It's in a dev branch somewhere.
It's definitely in a dev branch somewhere. Where did I do this? I don't know. I have it somewhere. But it's actually, I'll just pull up the code locally because I know that works. Oh my God, I have the wrong thing open. What is my life?
One of those days.
Really is. Here we go. We'll pull this one across. So what I've been working on with it is a use message and use chat, use command, which are both higher like abstractions over use message, which just pulls out the whole thing. And this is all set up through GraphQL subscriptions. So this just pulls in a steady stream of the messages and feeds them into an array like we've been doing. And then command is a little more specialized because what I set up for it is everything that happens on my stream is actually a serverless function. So I have my serverless function set up where each effect is a serverless function. So like this one here, if you run this command, it will send this message to chat. It'll play this audio file and it'll run this animated GIF. So like if we run this, what's happening is Streamblitz gets that command and then completely fails to pull this in. This one works though. So like this is the ahem. It's same thing. This is the command. This is the audio that plays. This is the image that plays, and it's up for 3 seconds. So it's kind of this like general thing around. But yeah, so that's. But anyways, all of that is to say there are lots of abstractions built around this stuff. You can build your own if you want, if you're into that sort of pain, or you can use any of the number of libraries that already exist for. It sounds like Vuex got one. You can dig into my stuff if you want the React stuff, the TMI, Comfy.js, Twitch chat client. There are so many cool things that you can do with this. So I would definitely encourage people to check that out.
And aside from that, it is for an overlay. It is literally HTML, JavaScript,
Yep,
and CSS. I have seen Unity based ones.
that would be wild.
They're back about 3 years ago. There was a few streamers. One was a guy called Games Plus James.
Okay.
He does Udemy courses and YouTube videos for actual game development and sort of little things. And he made this one called I think it was Stream Robots or Stream something, and it was literally a boxing ring.
Whoa!
And it was the old style, and it was all done in Unity, and it had the blue background.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it was just chroma keyed out. That was it. Done.
That's super cool. Man, I could talk about this all day, but unfortunately, we are out of time. So where should people go if they want to learn more from you or kind of follow up on this?
So my Twitch channel is LuckyNoS7evin, and my Twitter's over there, which is the Slevin. just come and drop by. We do 3 streams a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm probably not going to stream tonight because I'm on a week off, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. We booked this in like a month and a half ago, and then I decided to take a week off, and then I completely forgot.
Well, thank you for coming in on your week off then. And with that being said, chat, thank you so much. One more shout out to our sponsors. Thank you again to Sanity, Fauna, Auth0, and Netlify for making live captioning possible. Thank you, White Coat Captioning, for doing the live captioning. Chat, stay tuned. We're going to raid. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Slevin, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. It was good fun.
All right. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time.